welcome everybody to Her Success Done Differently, which is a talk show that I've set up to be able to really talk about how, women tapping into their inner resources and being able to harness and capitalize on their actual natural design more so, and not burn out and not to run things in a way that's harmful to them biologically, but also, not giving them the wins. So everything's simpler than what a lot of people actually think. That is the entire message, especially for women who may think that, oh, I'm least likely to succeed and all of that. But we're showing you real women that are succeeding and who, in a lot of cases, may not have believed as well that they could. So I'm speaking to Lisa Blackham today.
Hi, Paula.
Yeah, so Lisa's somebody that has just been getting clients, just getting clients. I mean, at the end of the day, what is success? It's just, being able to help people in a way that's truly satisfying and being rewarded well for it. So, Lisa, can you just, because I want this to be personal. Hi, everybody. Make sure you feel free if you relate to this topic to share in there your story, because Lisa's going to share hers with you. If you have felt too a little bit serious, and you think you might be a bit serious in your business, Lisa's got a big message for you. So, Lisa, do you want to share with everybody, like, a little bit about you, the person? Because business for women isn't necessarily, well, I'm this, who's Lisa?
Well, who is Lisa? Lisa's 55 at the moment, soon to be 56. We're not counting though. I've been in business as a life coach for women and a women's empowerment coach for 6 years. But previous to that, I'd worked in the education system for 30 years. And through my experiences in education, I found myself completely unaligned. The system is a system and it just doesn't. I couldn't do the work that I needed to do with the teenagers that I was working with. I was like burning out time and time again. I was stressed out, overwhelmed, maxed out. And towards the end of my teaching career, I was looking for alternative ways to live and to work. So I went on a bit of a health journey, I suppose, a mental health and a personal development journey. And I ended up becoming a yoga teacher and meditation teacher for a little while until I realized that I was still teaching in a classroom, which still wasn't really what I wanted to do. But when I joined another coaching, like a business coaching program to learn how to get away from the system of being an employee and learn how to be a business owner or an entrepreneur, I found myself coaching. And so I took that path. And I've been coaching ever since, really. But what I found was, because I was in this space of work hard, constantly have goal, planning, over planning, trying to do all the things, manage a Facebook social media account, and listening to the gurus who tell us how to run a business. And I think I did about 5 different business courses. Most of them were geared around marketing. A couple had other parts on how to actually run a business, not just the marketing, how to get clients. But I just found that all of it, I was doing all of this stuff. I was on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. I was running events. I was hosting workshops. I was just doing all the time. And I still wasn't getting clients.
So you would have also, like being a woman, I think, I'm not sure. How old are your kids, Lisa?
So my kids are 24 and 25. So
Yes.
I've also had to come out of the other side of parenting as a parent, where I was a hands-on parent. They became more and more independent. And, 5, 6 years ago, they both left home and came to the city to live. So I had the opportunity to do something different and reinvent myself, because I didn't have to work to create any unnecessary. I could play with it for a while. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So can you share what drives you? Because what you're going to, I mean, I know that it's sort of a bit of an extension of teaching and it's a way to
Mm.
help people. But why do
Yeah.
you care? What do you care? I mean, really, you could
Mm.
go and sell widgets or buy
Yeah.
women and empowering them. Like, what's your,
Mm.
you know,
Mm.
drive?
There's two things that drive me that I'm really super passionate about. I've done a lot of work with young women, teenage girls particularly,
Yeah.
as a netball coach, as also like a mentor in terms of their personal growth and development. Because in the school system does not work for girls. It just
Mhm.
doesn't. Leaves them for dead. And they end up saying burnt out, overwhelmed, and have no clue about how to do life. And I have a daughter. I have a 24-year-old daughter.
Mhm.
I wanted to be a role model for her so that she could see that if I can do anything, then anything is possible for her and her friend. So that's one big driver is I want her to know wholeheartedly that nothing is impossible. Anything is possible and she can have the life that she desires. But the other thing that really started to come home to me through this transition time of, I guess the empty nester stage of life,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
midlife stage of life, we get to a point where the kids have gone and you've done the hard yards, they're successful, they're leading wonderful lives, and you have a look around at your life and go, is this it?
Yeah.
And I was seeing so many women my age going, well, now what? Who are we? What do we do? And with no direction and no support within our community. Like I live in a small community of 14,000 people, and there are so many women who are just lost. I was lost. I
Yeah.
didn't know what to do. I didn't know who I was. Who am I after finished parenting, and I didn't know how to run a business. I didn't want to be in the school system anymore. And I was like, but what do I like? I didn't even know what I liked doing anymore. Everything revolved around the kid. So when I looked around, I was like seeing other women like me going, now what? So that's my driver now. I want to help women like myself who are in this
Yeah.
midlife stage, wondering what is the next phase for them and how do they even make life meaningful, um, fulfilling, purposeful, all of these things. Like even all my relationships, I was like, I don't even like the people I'm hanging out with anymore. Like, what is on a different,
This funny thing, isn't it? Like, you talk to a lot of women and you say, oh, well, what do you sort of like about that person? Go, oh, no, it's just that they like me. So,
yeah,
like, yeah, yes, it's like what? We don't even have that right the feeling that we have that right. Of course, we have that right, but we don't know that we
yeah,
actually could even choose somebody that we like. It's like good enough if someone likes us. That's like, oh, yeah, and then do
yeah.
anything for that person. But there's not. Yeah, it's interesting. So,
And there's all
but
these expectations that society has on who we should be as a
that's
woman
right.
and
What we.
what we're supposed to do.
Mm,
And you're suddenly looking at your husband and going, well, who are you and what are you doing in my house and why are we even here together? And you're looking at your job and you're going, this job sucks the life out of me. I don't want to keep living life like this. And
mm,
we touched on that serious side of things.
yes.
Because I was the primary carer of my children for that time until they left home, I still worked and, I was a teacher too at the same time. But I had to be the grown up in the relationship. I had to manage everybody's emotional well-being, everybody's social well-being, plus my own. And so I just was Miss Serious. Like I wasn't allowed to have fun. If I did have fun, I paid for it. So I was like, best not do that because that's not, you can't do that. There's no joy in your life. You just have to be serious and do what you have to do. They have to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
So you already, this is the design that a lot of people don't realize at all, the brain difference, because, they think John Gray's Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus is actually correct, but it's actually the opposite. So women are more focused already. So if you add focus on this, focus this target, focus this thing, do this thing, we're activating a part of our brain that is
mhm.
that males have far more activated and in business, the whole idea is that's the part of the brain you use.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
really interesting has been your transformation, and that we're going to get to in a second, and all of that. So is anyone relating to Lisa is a big question, because I know it's not rare, and it's not. It's a thing where you think you just got to. It's like adulting is overrated. It's like just overrated, and every woman, every adult is on this search to find the child and within sort of, and let them. It's like, well, I don't deserve that. I'm not supposed to. It's not okay. All of this good girl, right, wrong, good, bad, got to be a good girl. I've got to, please everybody. I've got to, it's a high pressure job. Just being a girl in a lot of cases just to get that, what she thinks she needs in the way of approval and that.
Absolutely.
I need to discover it's not actually the truth.
No, sadly, it's not. And in fact, my first kind of ideal client kind of avatar was a people pleaser. She was a good girl.
Absolutely, yes.
She was the girl who did everything for everyone and sacrificed herself, put herself last, didn't take care of herself. And that's it still is really, because that's what we do, we just put everybody else's needs first. And even our business, I've just used to spend so much time with all of the trying to set goals and hope that goal setting.
I get you. Don't worry. I get you. I get you. Don't worry. I mean, if you want something bad enough, you're going to get it. You're going to go and get it. But at the same time, you've already got many goals in life as a woman, and it's little things that it's like laying in bed and going, is all this done? The oven's off. This is done, and how do I put the dishes in? And it's like, yes, it's already high stress. Like, it's we're just the role we think is our role, but you know what? It's an overextension, isn't it, of mothering?
Yeah,
it's like 100%. Not. Yeah, like they're alive, they're survived, and they can feed themselves now. But still, it's like we pattern ourselves into that mothering now and that responsibility and that strong, I've got to, so it's no longer just the survival of the young, teach them how to fend for himself, and then they're responsible for what, choices. So yes, we can overdo, that's for sure. But in the dark,
over-functioning. We just over-function.
We just over-function.
Every part of it. And that's what I've been doing, so much over-functioning in everything, managing all things, except me.
Just at the bottom of the freaking pile, and you're even just being alive, being enjoyable. Like, a lot of women don't know. I know this is, even saying that, it sounds corny, but it's true. A lot of women do not believe their existence is of value in comparison to others. Yes, it's a full-on thing, isn't it? It's a thing. And what I wanted to do was show people you before, and then you can share some of your success. I'll ask you the questions, don't worry. But I thought this would be fun for you too, because you can come a little way, but you never celebrate your little, like where you were, and and just because we've got it, it's worth. It's only brief. It's under a minute. This is Lisa when she was asked, "What's your glass ceiling?" So I'll just share that now.
In your perception, what do you perceive to be the biggest block that causes the glass ceiling to be there for you personally?
I really think it's doubting myself, like not having the confidence to take a risk or go to do that big thing that I know is going to shift everything. Yeah, definitely that doubt that I can be that or do that.
So what's that like? See you before you transformed yourself.
It's actually unbelievable. Like, I can see the pain in my eyes. Like, yeah, it's
So you've
weird.
got Facebook bit, is that right? So you're watching there for so
Yeah.
everyone knows what you're doing. Yes.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Doesn't it? She looks really sad. I look really sad.
I know
after
everybody's like that when they
Christmas.
see that before, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And even listening, a lot of people don't realize, right? So I'll just share that. One of the big things is for a lasting change to stick and for a woman not to revert, like there's a big pattern in empowerment industries, reverting and trying things. And there's these limiting beliefs in the industry like, oh no, it's a, you'll always be a work in progress, always. And you'll always have to work on, never mind, darling, you just plod along. That attitude, like this real thing that as if like real spontaneous wake up calls never happen to anyone, but they do. They happen every day. So it's possible. And with you, like we were able to get you to tap into your inner wisdom, not anything, not a single piece of advice. So what happens if you don't know is the unconscious mind, if we emulate a real life wake up call, suspend all your filters, suspend time, suspend all beliefs, all values, all thoughts, every faculty you have to put you in this timeless, nice, safe place. Then what happens is the unconscious mind will choose what's called a metaphor, right, for you to gain wisdom. And for Lisa's, this was hers. It's only a couple of seconds. Just show you really quickly. You have a look at this because I know it's hard to remember.
Like, it's a woman again, and she is got lots and lots of layers of clothing on. Got her hands on the hips.
See that simplicity? To think the wisdom that came from that was this big of what I'm about to show, that caused you to entirely pivot your thoughts, your beliefs, your values, absolutely everything to just break through to, it's your joy, isn't it?
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in a sec because I just think people have to see it to believe it. Otherwise, it sound like a kook, right? Because it's just, what a lady in layers. How airy fairy is that? But no one could have ever given you that. And some of your wisdom, like I listened to it, and we won't be playing all of that live, but some of the wisdom that you were realizing, like pennies dropping and realizations, epiphanies, and whatever, was probably what you already had heard. A lot of it, of course you should be joyous. Of course you should be present. You probably read it in thousands of other books, but you still, there was that deeper thing. So Zeri Fairy, as a lady sounds, if you're watching this, it's like people don't realize it is the most ancient way to learn is through metaphor. And it was how the wise elders and, ancient times taught the next generation. So they not just survived, but flourished, and saw life in certain ways to value it. So, people these days, they value the complex. Give me more complex so that I can feel like I'm smarter. But, and then your wisdom came from this. So I just want to share with everyone. So we actually got Lisa to watch it. I'll show you, but it was 1 week after the unblocking. So check this out.
You said, when we asked you, what are you thinking? You said, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm so far behind. I have no idea who my ideal client is. I can't even get that part right. So I don't know who to sell to. I don't know how to attract the right people. I hate setting goals. I'll never achieve them.
That's just one of the changes, one box.
Now you're thinking, I was there for a purpose. There are people around me to help me to grow, and I'm growing and contributing together with them.
So that alone, a thought change would be amazing, right? Right. Next box.
When we asked you what you were believing, you said, I am not good enough. I am not capable. I don't know enough. I need to learn more. I'm a failure. I will never be successful. It's all too hard. I don't know what I am doing. I am a failure. I don't belong here. I am different. I don't fit in. Now, what I have to offer is valuable, needed, and being one of the older women, I have wisdom to share.
So what's it like for you to hear that? That's a week later.
It feels true. Like it actually feels true. Whereas the other stuff just is just like bullshit.
That was you 2 weeks ago. Is that 2 weeks? I don't know.
No,
10
not
days it
even
was.
2 weeks, 10 days. Yeah. You were seeing yourself on the 30th of September, you were seeing yourself as useless, incompetent, a failure, a dead weight, unsuccessful, a burden, different and difficult. And now on the 9th of October, you see yourself as empowered, important, a valued member of the group, confident, funny, bright, bubbly, curious, and interested.
And the only thing that was done was I can't. Is that right on this one? Let's just get that right. Because
So it was I can't and change can't happen fast and last
in one event.
in one sitting.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Keep going.
Yep.
Yep. Beautiful.
You were seeing others as better than me, more competent, successful, happier, having an easier time. They're breezing along their journey. They're just cruising along, making light work of it all. Now, others are valuable resources. They're interesting to learn from, and they're an important part of women in business working together. You were seeing the world before as unfriendly, oppressive, overwhelming, monstrous, huge, is bearing down on me, dark, closing in, constrictive, and limiting. And now it's empowering, and there's lots of opportunities, especially for women. There are a lot of gaps that we can fill.
What's the slide?
Blown my mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
That if we did.
I bet.
God.
I'll
All
keep
right.
playing it. Hang on a sec.
Judge
What's
your
this?
mind.
No, not really. Don't really remember that. And it doesn't even make sense. Like,
That's it.
it doesn't even make sense. Yeah. Like, I don't know where that came from.
It came from, however old you are, having been carrying that, and that. See, the thing is, these things aren't really you.
No.
It's a conditioning of some sort. You know, somehow we end up with these things, these beliefs. And so the perception of self is a really big thing for women. We do know that, don't we? But also then how we perceive others is a really big deal. But how we see the whole world can be overwhelming as well. So that's a lot of change, as well as beliefs and thoughts and things, resolution in the nervous system. Because that's it. When she was like that, that would have been, what do you think's happening? What do you think's happening stress chemically in her blood system, do you think, compared to now?
There was a lot of cortisol. I had adrenal fatigue, haven't been able to sleep for months, years and years and years. Just releasing just from that. I mean, I had a massive headache for the 24 hours after. But after that, I've had more sleep in the last 9 days than I've had in years. And like deep, restful sleep. Incredible.
Wow. Noticed any other benefit?
I've a lot more energy. Probably 2 weeks prior to that session, I have had zero energy, and I've been blaming menopause and all sorts of stuff going on. I feel like since then I've had more energy, but more understanding as well. Like, okay, I'm tired now. I'm just going to have a rest for 5 minutes and then I can go again. And I'm just like any kinds of money. It's like, where did this person come from? It's just so good. I've got more shit done in 10 days than I have in months.
Ah, wow. Got to see it to believe it. So, what's that like to see that?
That is just so like empowering, and the embodiment of that energy. That was a few months ago.
Nine months.
That energy has not disappeared. I can tell you, I've lost 5 kilos.
Oh, goodness.
I am eating good, sleeping pretty well, and I go to the gym every day now. I'm running. I haven't run for 6 years, and I've just driven to Perth today, 8 hours of driving, and I feel energized. Like, normally I would like be crashed out by this time. I'd be like, nah, don't anybody talk to me. I can't think. I can't do anything. I have had so much. I'm organizing events. I'm managing to bring people together. I'm dancing 2 to 3 times a week.
That's what I love about you. It's like, I've been dancing. I've been dancing. You're always dancing. Like, that's phenomenal for someone that was serious, and yet you're getting clients as well, and you're not having to do. You said something to me just before you go, oh, I haven't even been working the business all along. Well, don't you have all these clients? Yeah.
Yeah. So I've done 0 business activities other than I've organised some face-to-face meetups, but the amount of time I used to spend at my computer trying to make all these beautiful things to go on Facebook and Instagram and make reels and videos, and oh my God, I've done nothing. I might share a couple of posts that someone else has written.
Yeah.
I haven't written any of my own content.
Yeah.
I'm literally not on social media. I've had a few social gatherings, but the energy that I take into things that I go to, like I had a network meeting, a network thing 2 days ago. I talked to 5 different people about what I do, and how so many women have low self-esteem. Do they know anybody? Oh my God, yes, they know everybody who has low self-esteem. Right. Here's, let me know, plant a seed, tell them where I am, what I'm doing. I would never have done that. I was like a wallflower. The wallflower standing back going, I don't have anything important to say. Can't shut me up. Shut me up.
Because because you're not what you're thinking about anymore.
No, not
Which
at
is
all.
in the way for most women. You're not even thinking about yourself, are you?
No, I'm just having fun. I'm literally having fun. I've been searching for fun, joy, happiness. That's what started my personal growth journey, because I was anxious and worried about every little detail of everything 15 years ago. And I have not been able to break that cycle of worry and fear and angst ever in all of the personal development that I've done until I started this process. And I have so much joy and happiness in my life. I cannot believe that that I am having so much fun. So much fun.
So happy for you, Lisa. So happy for you. And I know that women watching will be too. That's a nice part of my job too, to make you're my client, and then you get to see your client. So can you just share, because I think women would be sitting there going, yeah, but how'd you get the client? So you literally just had conversations.
Yeah. I truly believe it's my energy that I bring to the environment. The clients that I have not directly approached them, they're just messaging me and going, can we talk? We need to chat. Can we catch up? And I have a conversation. Not one of the clients, I mean, I know them personally. They are in my circle network, but they didn't see a post. They weren't part of the network group where I met people. They're not part of my dancing group. They're just people in my community. And I just honestly think my energy is vibrating at such a level now because I feel good.
Well, I saw your change. That means it's possible, you see, because it's not possible, so it's like too hard. It's just, oh, better to stay how I am than, and that's going to be a hard slog. Oh my gosh, work in progress forever, all that sort of stuff. But really, done.
Literally. And I think I've maybe had one person I think I've spoken to 10. No, that's all right. I've got 6 clients. So 7, I've spoken to 7 people, 8 people, 2 people. I knew they weren't right for me anyway. They weren't the right fit. So when we had that discussion, they said, "Oh, no, I can't." I'm like, "That's okay. I know you can't." Yeah. So pretty much anyone I speak to now, I have the confidence to just go, "Well, this is what you need. This is how much it's going to cost, and this is what we're doing." And they go, "Oh, okay. When can we start?" I'm like,
So that doesn't mean you're just airy-fairy, happy, lucky, and take any client either. It's almost you are,
That's right. Once
I've got to be ready.
Yeah, once I've pre-qualified them and we've had, they've ticked lots of boxes before I even offer them what the solution is. There's a few ladies who I've offered different solutions to because of where they're at and their personal development journey. But yeah, I just feel empowered to be able to feel that confidence in what I have to offer. Whereas 9 months ago, I just didn't even know how to, and I have done serious amount of training on how to get clients and what to say to clients.
Yeah.
But it just, my energy just didn't match it. I was doing all the wrong things. All the gurus tell you stuff. Yeah, nah. I've literally just wasted, I don't even want to count it, how many thousands of dollars worth of business training. Total waste.
Now that the good thing is, now you can just connect with humans and care about them and know it's possible, because you know what? They sense that. They sense if the coach / facilitator / therapist / leader or whatever sees them on the other side or not. That's the very first quick thing that they pick up very unconsciously. And I would say they pick that up real quick with you. So it's not you're busy having a good time, yes, but I think they also would pick that, oh wow, she's doing it. She's not doing the usual. I want to be like that. I want to be like that. Not just, particularly may not be seeking the service even until they meet you, if you know what I mean. It would be like, oh, I want what she's having. You'll see her on the dance floor.
Yes,
that's right. That's right. So it must be hard for some people, really. I remember it used to be hard. I used to watch women all the time just struggle so much with that. Like, I'd my own wake-up calls. It's amazing what comes from one of those when you have them in nature, like a natural one, that exact right. Call it like the eye of the cyclone, where all is still, but time is frozen and you just get that thing that makes you, so it's not just the wisdom, but it gives you, so a lot of people think, oh, it's mindset work, so it's inside. But it actually gives you drive, doesn't it, to do things, because life doesn't I'm sure you're not just blessed now as well. Like, life happens, right? So as life happens and you have to listen to your gut to work stuff out and then take the actions, because, life doesn't always get easier quicker. Sometimes you got to undo all the previous lot of choices that have landed you where you are. But it does give you that something extra, doesn't it? It's like you've got that, guts. Well, what else would you call it? Grit, determination, resilience, push through. And no, I'm doing that. And, and you're just doing it, even
And
though it's not comfortable.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely not.
Life, life. No one escapes all of the stuff, but you're worthy, and I think
You
that
do.
confidence just radiates from you. Love it.
100%. That whole worthiness thing. Wow. Like, I didn't realize how low my self-worth was, 9, 10 months ago.
Yeah.
And until I got my self-worth back. And now, like, you can't, once your eyes are open and once you get this wisdom, you can't not see it. Like, it
No,
just
because it's the truth.
everywhere.
Yeah.
It makes decision making so much easier now. Like, I don't even, like, I never used to, I would be second guess myself, well, self-doubt, obviously, second guess myself with every single decision. Now I'm like, well, it's just a hell yes or a hell no. Like, there's not even any grey hat anymore. Just, no.
Oh, it's true, isn't it, though? It's the whole thing about complexity, Everybody wants everything to be hard. And if it's not, then it must be stupid. Or, you know what I mean? That it's like, hang on a sec, what you don't realize is you're just seeking your own freedom of being a child and not judged. It's amazing how it's not something new to learn. It's you got to unlearn the crap that told you were not. And you believed it and adopted it as truth, and people think it's the truth because it feels so true. But when you got your wisdom of the real truth, because there's nothing in between, yeah, so
Yeah.
it's
So,
got to stick because you evolved. You unlearned and became wise. Raise your emotional intelligence at your nervous system level.
yeah, sure did.
Very nice. It's like, yep, that's what people have to know. You want to change, look out, because you will. And you look around. So then, I already, okay, let's go.
Yeah, you definitely got to be ready for it, because if you're not, holy shit.
Exactly. Because, a lot of people are not, and that's okay. Like, if you're watching this and you're thinking, oh my God, I want to change my whole life, you don't have to. You don't even have to. You can get some self-esteem, or you could, regulate your emotions a bit better, and everyone will benefit around you, I'm sure. But it's also like, if it's business related, it just helps you uncomplicate things. I think that's a really big one for women, because our brain is not really supposed to be as conscious as we want it to be, to do things and be right here, right now, do. Some women, yes, like, 1 in 5 to 9. But the rest really are very unconscious. I mean, they create a baby inside them unconsciously, don't they? They pass on all of that stuff. They do so much that we can do unconsciously, tapping into that wise part of self, because it's not outside, it happens inside. Right? No one came into your body, did they? Give you a pep talk.
Yep. No.
So I told you, yeah. So people don't know. Yeah, I remember I did an illiterate woman. She couldn't read or write, and she lived on a property, and she just did her art and that. And when I did her wisdom was spectacular. I just, it wasn't even of this planet. It was just so like, wow, we just got it all wrong. We just think intelligence is the conscious new brain, but we have these child nervous system and our, oxytocin generator, heart, maternal, which is much older, and that is so well connected into the instinct and into that maternal, and it's already going to look after you. So you are actually way more freer than you realize, because your body is looking after you when you stop trying to override that. So there's all free space to do what you're doing, go and help people. And I remember you shared one dream once with me. And you shared a dream that, you would just love to be, was it like a, what do you call it? Where you would invest, philanthropist and invest in girls' empowerment in impoverished countries.
I want to
That
build a
trust-
school.
You
Yeah,
want to build a school, exactly.
just for girls. Like it teaches girls how to be girls and just embody being a
Just,
female.
just embody being yourself. Yeah, so I remember that too, and I'm like, wow, I love it. I just love it when, that's what I'm interested in too, as a legacy and making sure that cycles break and that girls always have access to things so that they don't have to suffer just because we did and we hang on to it for so long. And there wasn't really something we could make sure we broke those patterns.
So many other people can relate, so that's awesome. Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah,
It's possible. Anything is possible.
that's the whole
Everything.
idea, isn't it? And it's, and not just the people that, I think it's just all women
Yeah.
can have a business. I don't like that word. Very masculine word, busyness.
A way of creating.
I do grow a garden, Just help enough people and you get rewards and you just help people and the ripple effect of that is amazing, and sit back and appreciate the ripple effect you create, I think is a beautiful just way to be, where money goes in your bank, which is the byproduct of business, supposed to be the measurement. Well, there you go. Success and and help people and be happy. What's your final advice to anyone?
Just to find joy. Like, let go of that seriousness. There are a bazillion different ways to create success. But the one thing that we forget, I think, is to just have fun. Like, have fun. We only have one short life. And if we're not enjoying it, then people can tell. People can see what your energy is like. And it's actually quite repelling when you're not enjoying yourself and not having fun.
It's
So,
easy to do, but yes, exactly. I thought the 3-letter word was joy, but it's fun. What's suppose?
it's interchangeable. They go together. It's joy and it's fun.
But there you go. 2 3-letter words that probably worth more than as advice and a hell of a lot of business training courses you can go to as well, with worth tens and tens of thousands of dollars. So where you're just going to get a ton of how to, and as a female, I'd be overwhelmed and confused and not know what to do and have too much of everything, and then know where instead of just very simple and system that works, using your maternal connecting and caring, and it's an extension of maternal when we do tap into our inner resources of our natural design and work with that, being you. Well, thank you, Lisa, for all of your time tonight, and I hope that everybody's got something out of that. And if they want to contact Lisa, Lisa's link to her Facebook will be in the recording and on the channels, as well as if it's business and success unblocking that you want, you come to us at the uninstituteofwomen.com. Uninstitute. Unconventional.
We're very unconventional, but we like that.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, Lisa. And thank you, everybody, for joining in. And we're having a commemorative little walk down memory lane on Saturday, and everybody in the public is invited to join us. So you'll see us. We'll be live here on this Facebook page, Uninstitute of Women, celebrating 12 years to the day on Saturday, where some of my very first clients before creators ever became something to pass on. And it was still within my head, and I did it. And their breakthroughs are still holding firm, and they've never had to revisit those things again. And also Sonia will be sharing her. Without Sonia, there's no way it would have eventuated. She was my support person, really, and did so much. And she's an inspiration as a leader in the community and all the work that she does. But I tell you what, Yeah, I think there's big messages in that. So come and bring a glass of butter or something. It's Saturday morning, 11 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Join us as we all celebrate and share stories of that journey. It wasn't always easy. Absolutely no way. Like a fireside storytelling hour we're going to have. And yeah, sharing about everybody's story. And it's Bree Stedman, our trainer here, her birthday. And we'll be celebrating that too as well. And so, yeah, be sure to join us. Yeah, see you here live or on YouTube on Saturday morning.
Okay. Can't wait.